Hi. One of three entrepreneurs suffers from depression out of their fear of failure. You see, entrepreneurs, or as I said, mental illnesses make the best entrepreneurs because whenever we are under high moments, we are the most creative, we have high self-esteem, and we are very connected to accomplish our goals. The problem comes when the depressive phase comes because we feel hopeless, we feel worthless, and we are constantly thinking about that. I came here to empower women, and the only way that I can do so is by sharing my truth. Hi, I'm Stephanie Braddick, and about a year ago, I sliced my wrist open with a kitchen knife out of despair, out of total abandonment, out of a chronic depression caused by the constant negative dialogue to myself. Becoming an entrepreneur made me feel validated. It made me have a purpose. It gave me joy and it gave me very high hopes for myself. It also showed me my most dangerous self. So I knew depression and I knew anxiety. And usually I would work, I would exercise, sometimes I'll drink, sometimes I'll get high. And while my business was doing good, everything was peaches and cream. I felt good, I felt positive, everything was going perfect. The problem came when my business was not doing so good. The problem came when everything was falling apart. It came when none of my efforts would actually count. So at that point is when I felt there was no way out. So we do not talk about depression among entrepreneurs because of the stigma that that may cause. Like nobody wants to hear you complaining about your issues. And there's so much suffering around the world. And then you're here, you're complete, you have two legs, you have two hands, and you're complaining. For God's sakes, you're an entrepreneur. You're supposed to be at the top of your game. Fear and depression are not supposed to be part of it. Yet the struggle is very real. Many people does not understand what goes through the mind of somebody that wants to take their lives. I do. So what we think is that when we are gone, everything is gonna be better. That we are the root cause of the problem. That we are not good enough and that we are not up to the challenge. We close ourselves because we decide not to share our truth. We decide not to share our problems out of shame, out of thinking, what will they think about me? Are they gonna really understand what I am going through? We are taught that if we fail, we're supposed to stand up, clean our knees, and continue walking. And this is very easy for some people. Like I have seen my mom and I have seen my grandma. But then for me, it was very difficult because I was constantly slashing myself with negative thoughts, with negative affirmations. And it's like I wanted to do so. I even wore like a rubber wristband. And every time that I was having a negative thought, I would like snap it. So the bad thought will go away. And that worked only for a while. While I was seeing my life dripping down on the floor, I asked myself, do you really want to do this? And what a moment to ask this to myself. Yet, it was very assertive. Because when I asked myself that question, I thought about my kids. I thought about their smiling faces. I thought about my mom and how this was gonna make her feel. And finally, I thought about myself, how this was gonna completely and definitely stop me from becoming what I wanted to be. So this was a turning point for me. At this moment, I decided that I wanted to change my life. I decided that I was gonna take this bad decision. I was gonna take this awful situation and I was gonna make it an instrument to fight that shame, an instrument to fight that fear. Because through my life, what I was going through was meant to help other people. And at that moment, I took action. First and foremost, I forgave myself. I gave me the opportunity to be able to fail. I gave me the chance to feel bad and to feel depressed. And I told myself it was okay. I told myself that I was supposed to be able to feel the feeling, to embrace the feeling, to understand the feeling, and then to let it go. Do not let your darkness consume you. Do not let your darkness eat your hopes and eat your dreams. I started to meditate. And when I was meditating, I stopped living in the past when I was failing, or in the future when I was supposed to be thriving. I started living in the now when I can actually do something. And I had to organize. I had to organize my life. I had to organize my business. And I had to go through a complete re-engineering of what I was doing. And I'm still doing so. It is a day-to-day thing. It is an everyday challenge. Tenacious is the lioness in the face of oppression, unfaltering in conviction and clout. So as an entrepreneur that has gone through the core of depression and to the core of failure, I only have this for you. To embrace your fear with kindness, to embrace your sadness with love, and to be certain that everything passes, good and bad. Thank you.